Hello everyone, this is Prashant Sahu sir, economics. So today I have been in front of you to teach one of the definition in economics, that is scarcity definition. This is the definition which is very important in the annual examination. Okay, now, so compulsory everybody has to give your utmost concentration. Let us discuss. The scarcity definition actually which has been given by modern economist modern economist, he is called as Lionel Robbins. Lionel Robbins. He has given this scarcity definition in the year 1932. In the year 1932, he written a book. The book is an essay on the nature, an essay on the nature and significance, essay on the nature and significance of economic economic science. This is the book which has been written by the Lionel Robbins in the year 1932. First of all, compulsory, we have to start with the introduction. So definitely introduction you have to write it. Okay now. So one more time, the modern economist Lionel Robbins in the year 1932, he given the definition and he written a book, that is an essay on the nature and significance of economic science. Right? Let us see the definition which has been mentioned. Definition. The definition which is given out by Robbins. Right? So let us discuss his definition. So according to Lionel Robbins, according to Lionel Robbins, he is telling that economics is the science, economics is the science, economics is the science which studies human behavior, which studies human behavior, okay, as a relationship, as a relationship between, as a relationship between ends. Scare means which have alternative uses, right? So this is the definition which has been given out by the Lionel Robbins. What he is telling? Economics is the science which studies our behavior. Our behavior, who we are all the humans. So it studies about the human behavior. But our human behavior is concerned to what? Our human behavior is concerned to 3 points. What are those? Ends, okay, scare means, and alternative uses. First of all, what is the meaning of end? What is the meaning of means? We should know it. Okay, end, which means wants. According to our economics language, ends. Okay, now ends is called as wants, whereas means are called as resources. Means are called as resources. Okay. So most probably every human have some wants. If a human has the wants, then definitely he wants to get satisfy those wants. Okay, but to satisfy the wants, okay, we require the resources, because with the help of the resources the goods has to be produced. If the goods are being produced, then only we can use the goods, and after use the good, then only we used to get the satisfaction, right? But the problem is, our human behavior says that human wants are unlimited. When the human wants are unlimited, due to that what happens? All wants can be satisfied. Most probably all wants cannot be satisfied. Due to that, what happens? Economic problem comes. Do you know why economic problem comes? Because if a human cannot satisfy the want due to the resources scare, okay na? Due to the resources scare, because the resources are limited or unlimited. Most probably, the resources are limited. All resources are not unlimited. Even though nowadays water is also scarce, coal is also scarce, crude oil is also scarce. Each and every resources are scarce. So, all wants which we cannot satisfy, right? Because there is a scarcity of resources. That is why he has been used, and scare means is nothing but scarcity of resources. But okay now, when this scarcity of resources occur, due to that what happens? We used to check out the economic problem arises. Economic problem arises. So when this economic problem arises, what we have to do? Definitely we have to find out the alternatives. We have to find out the alternatives. So what are those alternative uses? Right? So by using these alternative uses, our economic problems will be solved. Right? So wants are unlimited, and to satisfy all wants, resources are not available. If the resources are not available, due to that economic problem comes. If the economic problem comes, then we have to find out the solutions, and the solution is to alternative uses, because every resources have multiple uses. Every resources have multiple uses. So by using those multiple uses, we have to go through with the alternative uses. Okay now, so likewise economic problem will be solved. This is the definition according to the Robbins which he has been given. Okay, right? Next what we will do it is, next we will discuss about, okay, we will features. Features of Robbins definition. Features of Robbins definition. Okay now, what are those important features? Let us discuss one by one. According to him, number one feature, that is unlimited ends. Unlimited ends. Whose unlimited ends? Ends means what? What I told, ends means what? Wants. Okay na? So here human wants are unlimited. Human wants are unlimited. If one want is satisfied, if one want is satisfied, then another wants crops up. Okay, we are the humans. From the birth till to the death, our wants never be finished. Because if one want we have been satisfied, automatically a new want will be regenerated. This is the psychology of each and every human. Because there is a never ending wants. We have a never ending wants. Okay. Do we eat chicken only for once in a lifetime? No. Once today we have eaten, again in next Sunday we will plan for another. In the next Sunday again we used to plan for another. So likewise, our wants never be okay, satisfied, because if one want is satisfied, then other wants will be crops up. This is the first feature which has been discussed by the Lionel Robbins. The second feature which he has been given out, that is limited means. Limited means. Okay, so what is this limited means according to that Robbins? Let us see. Means, what is the means? I told you means are nothing but resources. Okay na? So all wants cannot be satisfied. All wants cannot be satisfied because due to limited resources. Limited resources, that is nothing but scarce. The resources are nothing but scarce. So which leads to economic problem. Which leads to economic problem. Okay na? Because all wants we can satisfy, okay, it is cannot be satisfied. So because why we cannot satisfy? We cannot satisfy because the resources are limited or the resources are scarce. Due to the scarcity of resources, what I told you, it creates the economic problem. Right? So to deal with the economic problem, the next feature which is been mentioned by the Robbins, that is called as, okay, alternative uses. Okay na? So what is this alternative uses? Let us see. Okay, under this alternative uses, okay, every want cannot be satisfied due to the limited resources, as I have been told you. But most probably every resources have multiple uses. Every resources have multiple uses, and by using these multiple uses, by using these alternative uses, the economic problem can be solved. Okay now, such as, for example, the land is there. So how the land is been useful? The land is been useful for cultivation. What cultivation? Can we use the land only for rice cultivation? Because land is a resource, and the land resource can be used in a multiple ways. Okay, so we can cultivate rice, we can cultivate wheat, we can cultivate vegetables. Okay, now, so likewise, different goods can be cultivated by using one resource. Okay, now, so likewise, most probably every resources have the multiple uses. Under that, land also have the multiple uses, because we can generate rice, we can generate wheat, we can generate vegetable according to the requirement in the economy. According to that, we can plan. Okay, for example, wheat production is normally good in the economy, but the rice is scarce. So wheat production is good, but the rice production is scarce. So due to the scarcity of rice, it leads to the economic problem. So what the farmers will do now? Because the wheat is enough production is available in the economy. So instead of wheat, they used to cultivate the rice. Okay, so by the cultivation of rice, it will create the right production according to the demand, and supply will be carried over in the market. Right? So now economic problem will be solved. Okay now. So this is how the alternative uses which leads to clear the economic problem. Okay now. Now let us discuss the other topic which is related to Robbins. The topic is superiority. Okay now. Superiority of Robbins, superiority of Robbins definition. Okay, under the superiority of Robbins definition, he has been concluded 3 points. He has been concluded some 3 points. What are those points? Let us see one by one. Number one, according to him, he is calling his definition as it is non-classifactory. Non-classifactory. Remember, Alfred Marshall definition is been criticized by Lionel Robbins because he told that Alfred Marshall definition is classifactory. What is classifactory? Classifactory means showing difference between materials and non-materials, showing difference between the materials and non-materials. Okay, whose definition? Alfred Marshall definition is been criticized by Lionel Robbins by saying that his definition is classifactory. Now, the same information carried over by the Lionel Robbins, that Lionel Robbins definition is non-classifactory. Non-classifactory means, okay, it does not differentiate materials and non-materials. Okay, now, what is material? What is material? Material in the sense goods. Okay, now, and non-material in the sense services. Okay now. So here Robbins is telling in his definition that his definition is non-classifactory. Whether it's a material or whether it's a non-material, it includes all human activity. It includes all human activity which may promote okay, human welfare or not. So it may promote human welfare or may not promote human welfare. He does not considering this classifactory. Okay now, he includes all human activities. So human may use the goods or non-materials, that is services. So it may promote the human welfare or it may not promote the human welfare. Okay, this is number one. It is called as non-classifactory. Number two, he is telling that his definition, this definition is universally accepted definition. Universally accepted definition. Okay now, what is this universally accepted definition? Because all over the world nowadays we are facing the problem of what? What is the problem? Scarcity of resource. Scarcity of a resource. Okay now, each and every country is facing the problem of scarcity of resource. Right? All countries. Every country is facing this scarcity of resource, and due to the scarcity of resource, we are facing the problem of economic problems. Okay. So it's a universal problem. His definition is treated it as a universal problem because scarcity of resources is everywhere. Scarcity of resources is everywhere. Okay. Next, number three, he is telling that economics economics is neutral between ends. He's telling that economics is neutral between ends. Okay, now, what he is telling that is economics. Why he is telling that economics is do not, okay, now, do not do anything with ethics. Anything with ethics. He's telling that economics is nothing to do or anything to do with the ethics. Okay, now, so some goods may be noble or some goods may be ignoble. Okay, now, some may be economic, some may be economic or some may be non-economic. Some may be non-economic. So here it does not consider with anything. Okay, now it does not consider with anything. Okay, now so here it is does not concern with ethics, right? For example, economics is neutral between ends. I want to eat sweet. I want to eat sweet. Okay, what is the consideration here? Sweet. Economics is telling particularly a sweet name that you should eat this sweet only. If I like one sweet, you may like, according to your taste, you like one sweet, another person likes another sweet. Okay, now, so whatever it may be, whatever the type of sweet it may be, whatever the type of sweet it may be, okay, now the thing is to get the satisfaction where the economics is neutral. It does not concern with sweet. What type of sweet? It concerned with whether the consumer has got the satisfaction or not. That is the primarily important. Okay, now, so some persons likes to drink. He is getting the most satisfaction by drinking it, but other persons are liking it. So economics and coming is telling that don't drink don't drink and other things. No, no. So here the thing is he is telling about the satisfaction. No matter whatever the good it may be, that is why he is telling that economics is a neutral between ends. Is it is okay? Is it is fine? Okay, now number one, it is non-classificatory, means it does not show difference between material or non-material. Number two, his definition is universally accepted definition, means scarcity of resources is the problem of all over the world. Next, economics is neutral between ends, means economics does not concern with any sort of ethics. No matter whatever the goods may be noble, immobile, economic, non-economic, material or non-material, it concerned with the satisfaction. That's why economics is neutral between ends. Okay, now. So, okay, now. So let us discuss. Okay, the criticisms. The next topic which we are going to discuss is criticisms. Okay. Here criticisms, his definition is also criticized by many authors. Okay, let us discuss some sort of criticisms. Okay, now criticism of Robbins definition. Okay, let us see one by one. Number one. Okay, so here Robbins indirectly, okay, now accepted. Robbins indirectly accepted Alfred Marshall's welfare definition, because he also has been used related to human behavior. He has been used the word of human behavior as well as human satisfaction. He is also considered with Alfred Marshall's welfare definition. Okay, now, right? This is the number one criticism. Number two is according to the Robbins, according to the Robbins, he is telling that, okay, now, it is difficult, it is difficult to separate, it is difficult to separate ends from means. Ends from means. So this is the word which is been used by the Lionel Robbins. So this is been criticized by some of the economists because they were telling that, okay, if an end is now satisfied, if the end is now satisfied, then ultimately what happens? New end will be created, na? The new end will be created, and for that, okay, na? For that, what we require? What we require? We require a mean. We require for a new mean for that. Mean is nothing but resources. Okay, now it is difficult to separate end from means. Okay, according to the Robbins, and which has been criticized by saying that, okay, now that is end is now if it is satisfied. End. What is end? I told you. End is nothing but a want. If a want is now satisfied, what happens? It will be finisher. Again, new end or new want we won't get till to our death, right? We used to get a new want. So again, ultimately, simultaneously, a new end will be created. Again, for that new end, what we require? Again, for that end, okay, which requires the means to satisfy that new end. Again, we require the mean. Mean is nothing but resources. Mean is nothing but resources. Okay, now. So these kind of actions which is been determined under this Robbins definition. Okay, now, right? Number three. Number three, which has been told as what Robbins told, economics is neutral between ends. Neutral between ends. In the previous we have seen that. In the previous we have seen that he told that economics is neutral between ends. But some author has been criticizing this. Authors has been criticizing this by saying that economics is not neutral. Economics is not neutral between ends. Economics is not neutral between ends because it is not concerned, it is not concerned with subject matter. It is not concerned with subject matter. Okay, now, because it is a human behavior. It is a human behavior. It is not concerned with the subject matter. It is not concerned with the subject matter, but it is concerned to the human behavior, how he will respond for his wants and how he used to get the satisfaction. That is why he is telling that economics is not neutral between ends. For example, if I want to purchase a car, but I don't have such type of income, what I will do? I don't satisfy my want. Now what I will do? I will postpone the want into the future. So slowly and slowly I used to deposit some sort of money and I used to do the savings, and after a particular period of time I used to purchase the car. Okay, now it is depend upon the human behavior, how he is been responding for the satisfaction of the want. That is why he is calling it economics is not neutral between ends. So his definition is opposed. Okay, now next, number fourth criticism, let us see. So he is telling that economics is, Robbins telling that economics is economics is no economics is a positive science. He's telling that economics is a positive science. Who is telling? Who is telling? Economics is a positive science. Economics is a positive science like maths, okay, physics, and chemistry, right? So he is treating economics is like a positive science like maths, physics, chemistry, etc., right? But it is criticized by a author called McPhee. McPhee. What she is telling that economics is not a positive science. Economics is a normative science. Economics is a normative science. Okay, now we will discuss this topic. What is positive? What is normative? We will discuss in the next video. Okay, now. So one example I will tell you. Okay, for example, if I am getting hungry, what I should tell? Can I measure the hungry? I can assume the hungry. I can't say that I am getting 1 kg hungry. Can I measure the hungry? Can I measure the thirst? I am getting 1 liter of thirst. Okay, now, because normative science is completely based upon the assumptions. Normative science is completely based upon the assumptions. In the same way, economics is a normative science and which is completely based upon the assumptions. But it is not like a positive science where perfect measurement can be taken. Can you measure utility? Can you measure your hungry? Can you measure your thirst? It is unmeasurable. We can just assume. Okay, now, right? So this is the next criticism which is being given out. Right? Next, number 5, criticism, let us see. So, he is telling that, okay, Robbins' definition is, okay, not applicable to dynamic society. Not applicable to dynamic society. Okay, now he's telling that his definition is applicable to the dynamic society. What is dynamic society? Past, present, and future. If the economic problem comes, so lifelong till the world end, it remains as an economic problem only. Yeah? No, that is why what happens here? If any economic problem comes, okay, now if any economic problem comes, comes, then the problem will overcome as the day is passed. As the day is passed. Okay, now. So economics problem we used to have it, but the problem does not remain for a longer period of time. When a economic problem comes, the problem will be solved automatically and overcome as the day is passed. But those problems are not the permanent problem. Past one problem came. So whatever the past problem, that effect we used to see in the present, and the present will be seen into the future. No, because alternatives are there, most probably. Like there is a problem of petrol, diesel, which are scarce. Okay. So in future also, every time we are using the petrol and diesel, no. Slowly what happens? We are doing the transformation. So from petrol, diesel, cars or bikes, now we are transforming into the battery operated or electric operated. Did you understand? So as the problem comes, they used to have many solutions and the solution will come out as the day is been passed. Okay. But his definition is not applicable for the dynamic society. Dynamic society means society applicable for present, past as well as the future. Okay, right? Future solutions not been determined by him. Okay, now next the other one is which has been mentioned. Okay, now that is which has been mentioned. John Robinson. John Robinson criticized the Lionel Robbins definition. Okay, na? So Robbins told what Robbins told. Robbins told that we have the scarcity of resource. We have the scarcity of resource, but he did not told how best, okay na, you, how best you utilize, how best you utilize the resource, how best you utilize ideal resource, ideal resource in the future, in the future. How best you utilize the ideal resources in the future, this related information not given, not given by the Robbins, because he told about the scarcity of different resources. He told about the scarcity of resource. But if the resources are scarce, then how to utilize the ideal resources in a best way, that information is not given by him. That information is not given by him. That is why John Robinson has criticized the Robbins definition, because how best utilization of resources related explanation not given. Okay, now this is the sixth criticism, and the last criticism which we are going to discuss, that is, okay, here Robbins did not mention the problems of, did not mention, okay na, mention, okay, the problems of, okay, growth and stability of economy. Robbins did not mention the problems of growth and stability of economy. Okay, he completely neglected how to achieve stability of economy, how to achieve the growth of our economy. Okay, now these points are neglected. These points have been completely neglected by the Robbins, right? So this is the today's topic which we have been discussed. That is the scarcity definition. Very important topic. Compulsory go through with this topic. Okay, now dear students, right? Next video we will go through with some other topics. Okay, take care. Bye.